Ladies and gentlemen, we now proceed to the preliminary bout.
Our judges scoring this one come from Ireland, Thailand, Egypt, Trinidad and Tobago, and Russia.
Judges at ringside are Ireland, Thailand, Egypt, Trinidad and Tobago, and Russia. Referee in the ring, Republic of Korea. Coming to the ring first, fighting out of the red corner and representing Poland, Sebastian VIKTORZAK.
So here comes Sebastian VIKTORZAK of Poland.
The boxer fighting out of the blue corner, representing the Republic of Moldova, Dmitri.
His opponent, Dmitri COSCIUG. Cho Jung-suk of the Korean Republic is the referee, and we're underway in the 86-kilogram cruiserweight division. At least I thought we were. That's the bell to begin the third round in Ring B. So here we're underway in Ring A, 86-kilogram cruiserweight action between boxers from Poland and Moldova. The man wearing red, operating out of the orthodox stance, is 24-year-old Sebastian VIKTORZAK. Was the under-23 national champion of Poland last year, competed in the European Olympic qualifying event in London in a bid to make it through to the Olympic Games, but lost in the first preliminary round against the man from Estonia. There he lands a good right hand against the southpaw wearing blue, and that is Dmitri COSCIUG. He too, 24 years of age, comes in with multi-nations experience from earlier this campaign under his belt, competing in his first World Boxing Championships, as is VIKTORZAK. Good right hand to the body from the man in red, countered by the same shot, backhand out of the southpaw stance from COSCIUG. Good right hand to the body was driven in and then changed into a right hand upstairs, which was a glancing blow from VIKTORZAK. VIKTORZAK, when I've seen him in the past at that European qualification event, his family name was spelt with a W, which gave us the V sound. Nice counter right hand. And the same shot once again. And another one, spearing right hand successes, following one another in quick fire fashion, scored by VIKTORZAK. Looking to keep his foot on the outside of his opponent, as this time it's a left hand success. Single shot successes repeatedly to both body and head from VIKTORZAK, and COSCIUG, well, really not finding the range deep into this opening round. So a very good round of boxing from the man in red. And again, well, it fooled me on that occasion because I thought the bell, which sounded first when we were around the 3-minute mark, was to conclude the action in this round, in this ring, but it was actually to end proceedings in ring B. No harm done, as it didn't catch out either of the boxers. So VIKTORZAK taking the first round unanimously. Precise punch picking with singles evident throughout the course of the round. Some of the action from round number one. So into the second round then. Dmitri COSCIUG, 3-time national champion of his homeland, taking consecutive titles in 2017, 18 and 19 at light heavyweight. Here he is up in the cruiserweight division. But he conceded the opening round across the board. Couldn't really find a range. There he got through with a reverse 1-2. The right jab, which followed the left cross, did find the mark. But it's been offense such as that, single shots, straight punches. There it was a 1-2 to the head from VIKTORZAK. But prior to that, he's driving in hard right hands to the body as he puts his gloves up nicely to block the shot coming in from COSCIUG. COSCIUG boxing at this distance and at this pace really isn't making life difficult for the man in red. And again, that's because he possesses what appears to be a significant deterrent of hard single shots. So it's not as though COSCIUG can just wade in there with abandon, no regard for what's coming back. Turned southpaw momentarily there, did VIKTORZAK. Perhaps the action resumed before he was anticipating it and he just didn't have his boxing stance beneath him. Languid right uppercut and a looping left hook get through from COSCIUG. COSCIUG trying to increase his work rate. Hard right hand to the body and left jab up, left hand upstairs, landed by the man in red. Big step up in quality is this for both of the boxers, truth be told. COSCIUG has competed on the continental stage before. He was in the European Under-22 Championships in Vladikavkaz in Russia in 2019. And there's been European youth experience under the belt of VIKTORZAK. But to be here on the Senior Global Championship stage as a long, strong left cross is uncoiled by COSCIUG and finds the mark, but then there's another counter right hand from VIKTORZAK, who spun off the line effectively and just nodded in the direction of his opponent to say, yep, I got you. Turn southpaw once again, does VIKTORZAK. He doesn't stay as a left-handed boxer for very long when he does switch his feet. So the second round in the book, one suspects that it's the man from Poland who has done enough to take this one as well. COSCIUG, to his credit, did try to increase his punch output and did have more successes, but the more eye-catching singles, again, for my money, coming from the gloves of the man in red. So some of the action from the second round then. Well, the man in blue, Dmitri COSCIUG, easiest way to eradicate this deficit would be to score an inside the distance victory. And remember, we are in the 86 kilogram cruiserweight division. Looping left hand scored by VIKTORZAK. We have seen some dramatic conclusions to contests, because these boys possess plenty of pop in their punches. COSCIUG hasn't really demonstrated that he's a dynamite puncher to this point, but any man who's 86 kilograms and trained in the sport of boxing is going to be able to put something significant on his punches. He needs something of that variety now, does COSCIUG, because VIKTORZAK, at this single shot successes once again. And if things continue in this vein, he's going to be boxing his way through to the second preliminary round in very comfortable fashion indeed. Seldom let combinations go, VIKTORZAK. Occasionally a left-right, but for the most part, they've been single shot successes. And they've been enough to keep COSCIUG at bay. And COSCIUG just appears to be feeling the pace a little bit. Looping left hand catches him with the inside of the glove. There's a hard left hand driven in by the southpaw wearing blue. Here's a burst of activity in terms of volume punching from VIKTORZAK. Short-lived, took the power off it and let his hands go with a cluster of punches. Well, COSCIUG doesn't appear to have the repertoire to deal with a boxer of VIKTORZAK's caliber. Clearly knows what he's doing in the ring, but he hasn't been able to ruffle the feathers of the man in red. And he really needed to do something to make a dent in his confidence and in his flow. COSCIUG in this third and final round, but he hasn't been able to produce the turnaround that he needed. Continuing to swing, continuing to believe, takes a hard right hand, and I think that's dislodged his mouthpiece. The right hand shot from COSCIUG, excuse me, the right hand shot from VIKTORZAK, dislodging COSCIUG's mouthpiece. He's just seconds away now from progressing through to the second preliminary round. How confusing is that? My goodness. The sound of the bell from Ring B still reverberating through the air when real Ring A's bell sounded to conclude the contest. A contest that will see VIKTORZAK of Poland go through to face off against Kim of the Korean Republic. Excuse me, Kim's in the contest above, so VIKTORZAK's opponent yet to be determined, because it will be the winner of the next contest.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the bout number 101 in the Ring A, the winner on points by unanimous decision is the boxer out of the red corner, representing...
Well, he was shadowboxing in anticipation of the verdict, Sebastian VIKTORZAK, and there is confirmation. He goes through to the second preliminary round, a round of 16, winning all 3 rounds for all 5 scoring judges. Dmitri COSCIUG, the 3-time national champion of Moldova, eliminated in this, his first World Championship appearance.